Welcome to 2027/28 Extra Time video. Hello guys and welcome to Dreaming is Possible here with Chesterfield, and yes, it's the end of season roundup. Yes, here we are. If you're not sure about the Extra Time videos, go back and check the others. It's basically just a roundup of the season. There's not going to be any gameplay or anything like that in today's video, so that's what this is about. It's just like going through the leagues and things like that and seeing how everything else like kind of finished. But there we are. Right, we know what this season was all about. It wasn't about us winning the Premier League. No, it wasn't. It was all about the bottom. Yeah, it was all about relegation this season. Wow, what a end to the season. Can you believe that two huge clubs are going? Yes, Manchester United and Manchester City are relegated. Yeah, I know. It's a madness, absolute madness. And if you haven't watched it, I do recommend go back watch this season. Like, let me know how it all panned out. Like, but there we are. We did. Yeah, we won no problem. Bit of a canter really. Sort of strolled to Premier League success this season. Yeah, the other teams. Well, we know like about the two Manchester clubs, but even Chelsea had a really poor season, as you can see here, finishing in 11th, so not brilliant for them. As for the other, you'd suppose top six, Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham all got into those late Champions League spots along with ourselves. Norwich and Everton are going to be in the Europa League, and then Southampton are going to be in that like new Europa League thing as well, but there we are. Right, let's get through like some of the sort of like rounding things up then, shall we, with regards to how it all sort of like our season finished and stuff like that. Here is like just going to show you expectations of next season, which is actually not as bad as what this season was, so it's not too bad. We've got all the normal sort of like how they want us to play. That's been sort of like the same sort of setup. It's a little bit added there with sort of making use of set pieces and stuff. So yeah, we'll try. But there we are. Work within a budget is normal, and basically just challenge. Yeah, not win it, but just challenge for the Premier League. I'm quite happy with that. Right, it's end of season awards going to Mr. Verskoggen winning the fans vote, I should say. 41% of the vote. Mark Appleby and Baptista coming in second and third respectively. Goal of the season, show you in just a sec. That one by Mark Appleby, which actually wins not just our goal of the season but the overall goal of the season for the Premier League. And then we've got signing of the season. Well, it's really the only signing we made really. So yeah, Riccardi, has he settled in? But not. I'm a bit sort of disappointed really. He's okay, but he's not the world on fire, has he really? But there we go. Ollie Clay, had a great season as always. Definitely gonna be taking over the captain's armband from Dreyer in the next coming seasons, I would imagine, because Dreyer's like 29, 30, something like that now. So yeah, I can see Ollie taking over that armband at some, as long as he stays at the club, that is. But there we are. Let's have a look at Appleby's goal then. This one was against Watford away, and as you can see, Riccardi, we've just been talking about, just picks it up here, lays it here to Appleby, and just pings it. I think, to be honest, there's been better goals this season, but that's the one that was voted. I think just because maybe the conditions with it pouring down in rain, I don't know, but I think that we've had better goals than that one this season. But there we are. Let's have a look at other things then. Right, we've got our usual, like I say, our injuries and stuff like that, like, you know what I mean? So we had a few players that were picked up injuries and stuff this season, and that's the list of them. I can like scroll it down if you really want to know, like, some of these players that you've not even heard of because they're in like the under 18s and the under 23s, but you might hear in the future because they might come through and become like regular first team players. So we just want to have a quick look at the squad depth and looking at players maybe that we're looking to sign, obviously, with the season coming. I think we're pretty strong in pretty much every department, to be fair. I think the only area that we're not maybe massively strong would be probably the goalkeeping sort of departments, and with obviously the likes of Rodolfo and Jeff Davies now obviously left the club, we Joel, is he a good enough backup for Timo Horn? Do we want to bring in a world-class goalkeeper, make Timo Horn our backup goalkeeper? I think it's a bit harsh on him. I was saying that when obviously, like, you know, the likes of Jeff, like, you know, and Rodolfo left, I was thinking, like, you know, do we bring someone in? But I think Timo's had a great season. I really do. And I'm quite happy with Joel. I think he did okay. I think he did all right. Like, you know, he's going to be only getting game time in the, you know, the domestic cups, and I just think, yeah, why not? But we'll stick with those two goalkeepers. I have already signed a player. I know that sounds weird. He's not going to arrive just yet. We've signed him from Liverpool because they had him on the transfer list. So we have got a player that is going to be coming in to the side, and he's going to be another midfielder. And the reason that I've signed him is really because I was looking at, like, you know, the likes of Nkunku being like 30, 31, Drea's like 29, 30. I was looking at, you know, bringing in a player that could possibly, like, you know, do that, and it just gives that world class quality with the likes of Riccardi and Deswalski in that midfield, just having that. So I'll just quickly show you who I brought in. So it's the Brazilian Rainier. Signed him from Liverpool for 65 million. As you can see there, the asking price from Liverpool was 65 mil, even though he's valued at 72 million. They obviously felt that they didn't need him. He was surplus to requirements. He can play in that attacking midfield. He can play, like, obviously in normal midfield as well. He could even possibly play as a striker if we desperately needed that, and we had, like, you know, a major injury crisis. But I just, you know, we've got Appleby that plays there. We've got players that can play in there, like, you know what I mean? I just thought, why not? He's going for 65 million. Let's bring him in. It just gives, like, that, you know, fighting for places. You know, that's really why I've brought him in. So yeah, he's going to be joining us once the new season kicks off. So just to show you who won the Golden Boot and stuff, it was actually Vertonghen beating Mbappe. Mbappe not having one of his, like, you know, better sort of like seasons, only getting 20, but he's got 20 goals. Like, yeah, Vertonghen 26th there in the Premier League, so well done to him. He was the top goal scorer in the league. Best on average rating, like I say, Carl Warner. Not sure why he wasn't in the team of the season, but there you are. Christian Baptista was there, or Cristiano, I should say. Baptista was there with 20 assists. Fantastic from him. We didn't get Timo Horn didn't get the clean sheet. Kamil Grabara, who's actually in real life a backup goalkeeper at Liverpool, but he then went on to Chelsea and now he's at Arsenal, and 24 clean sheets. A fantastic, that's really good. Like, you know what I mean, throughout a 38 game season, 24 of them clean sheets, which is pretty impressive, to be fair. Like, you know what I mean. So well done to him. But I just want to quickly show you who's actually going to be coming up into the into the Premier League next season. We've got Leeds and West Brom that are going to be coming up, and then we've got the playoffs between Brentford and Crystal Palace. So it's one of those two that's not actually finished at the moment, so that one's still going. Well, one of those two teams will be playing in against us next season. Whereas, like, you know, the likes of Luton, Wigan, and Rotherham, teams like that are going to be playing against Manchester City and Manchester United, which is just, again, bizarre. Yeah, there we are. So how did Spain finish? Well, it's Atletico Madrid back to the top. Jurgen Klopp managing to get his side winning the La Liga title again. Real Madrid and Barcelona finishing in second and third, and then Valencia taking that fourth spot for them. In France, yeah, it's PSG, but yeah, it's getting closer. Yeah, they're not running away with it, is what they have done before. Like Monaco, only 2 points away from stopping PSG actually winning. I mean, how many seasons is PSG now? 10 seasons in a row they've gone, like, you know what I mean? But since obviously, like, you know, playing the game, it's been 8 seasons. They've just won it every season, like. But so some big managerial appointments, changes, whatever, you know what you want to call it. Nagelsmann, yeah, Julian Nagelsmann has taken over at Chelsea. They did have Ed Brand, who was like one of the backroom staff, was in charge for Chelsea for the back end of like, you know, their season. I think that's probably why that's where they ended up, you know, finishing. They didn't want to appoint anyone. They were waiting for the right appointment. Well, I think they've probably got the right appointment. That's a fantastic appointment for them. He's a great manager, Julian Nagelsmann. A lot of people in sort of like, you know, real life and stuff are saying that he could be the possible successor to Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. But that's hopefully, fingers crossed, a long way off, like, but there we are, like, and you can see just down in this other corner here, we've got Graham Potter has been sacked by Everton. Yes, they've departed with him. Obviously weren't happy with the fact that he got him into the Europa League for next season. I mean, they finished 6th. I mean, I can't see why he's been sacked. I really don't understand why that has happened, but yeah, they've decided that they've parted ways. Now this could be because of this here, Mr. Zidane being sacked by Inter. Maybe Everton are thinking they can maybe appoint Zidane. I mean, that would be a massive appointment for Everton. But yeah, Graham Potter is looking for employment. But interesting to see how that has finished. Talking of, like, Inter and stuff like that, let's have a look at Serie A and how that finished. As you can see, Juventus back to winning ways in that. They've not won for a while. Inter, they finished 4th in that, so maybe that's why they failed. I mean, he's got him into the Champions League, but maybe they just felt that it wasn't challenging for the Serie A title. But yeah, as you can see, Juventus. Oh no, I thought Juventus hadn't won it since back here, but they did get one just in there. But it has been, like, a little bit of a sort of like splattering of, like, the Milan clubs in there as well, winning, like, Serie A. But so it is Schalke, yes, Schalke winning the Bundesliga ahead of Bayern Munich. As you can see, yeah, very close behind them. Bayern and Dortmund on the same points, and then Bayer Leverkusen on 66. But yeah, pulling away there is Schalke. So an interesting one. When was the last time that Schalke actually won it? Wow, okay. I don't think Schalke... Has Schalke ever won it? This could be the first time that Schalke's ever won... Oh, no. 1957. There we go. 1957-58 season was the last time that Schalke won the Bundesliga. Wow, that's been a long time coming, that one, but congratulations to them at winning that one. So in Portugal, it is Benfica that win that one, and I think, as memory serves me, it's Pep that's in charge at Benfica. It is, yeah, Pep Guardiola winning in Liga NOS, but yeah, that's where Jeff left. He went to, is he? Oh, hold on, why is he not in goal? Oh, there he is. It must have been just like final game or something, but yeah, there's Jeff. So, the Europa League final, well, Inter won. So Zidane, not only did he get them into the Champions League via, like, the league table, he actually got them in because he won the Europa League, yet he gets fired, but... okay, yeah, played at the Ibrox Stadium up in Scotland there, beating Tottenham in the final when it go into extra time. As for the Champions League, well, it looks like Italy have done pretty well in Europe because it's Roma and Milan that were facing off in that one, and Milan winning it in extra time. That one also going to extra time, beating Roma. So AC Milan back to winning in the Champions League. There we go. But yeah, a good... It looks like the Italian league is getting strong again with having 2 Italian teams in the final there, and then obviously Inter in the Europa League final. Yeah, it's good to see that Serie A is back to a bit of a force because they haven't been like a force since the 90s really. But yeah, it's good to see that they're back because it just gives more competition, doesn't it? Like, instead of it just being us and Spain. I mean, who knows? Maybe Schalke could have a better showing this time round. And as for this Europa Conference thing, it was Marseille, the French side, they're beating Hertha Berlin in that particular final there. But there we are. That's Europe roundup. That's the leagues roundup. That's obviously the competitions roundup as well, sort of thing. Let's have a quick look at some of our players. So there's only 2. Just going down the list. Oh no, it's 3. Sorry, there's 3 that are still like viewers that are still at the club. We got David Greenhalgh. You've had not too bad a season really. You've had like some better game time, like, and obviously in the main like side. But saying that, with the signing of like Reina and stuff like that, I think rather than upset you, I might actually put you out on loan again for this season coming. And I know that you might think, oh, it's just that you're just not at your full potential yet, and I don't want you to be upset that you're not getting enough game time. So I'm thinking of like, you know, putting you out on loan, maybe to maybe a Premier League club as well. Like that way you get you're still getting Premier League, like, you know, experience and stuff like that, and doing that, and see if any Premier League clubs come in. Have we got anyone wanted it? Wolves are actually interested in you. Some minor interest there from Wolves. So yeah, Wolves could be a good position for you to go on loan for maybe for 12 months. Like I say, it's just really, I don't want you getting upset. I don't want you to leave, and I think, you know, keeping you around. You're only 22. You're not anywhere near your full potential yet. So I think I will probably send you out on loan for the season coming. Richard Wyatt, you've kind of like become like sort of like our backup in that right back spot behind sort of Cruz, but you did really well this season because obviously with Cruz being out for a while and stuff like that. I just don't think you're just as good as him. I think it's tight between you and him, like, you know what I mean? And I mean, like, you'll probably look over and think, well, hold on, I'm like here, but you're both, you know, fairly the same. But it's going to be an interesting battle between the two of you, and whether you're happy to stay with the game time that you're going to get will be interesting. I've got a feeling that your agent's going to be like knocking on the door, but there we are. And finally, it is Charlie. Well, Charlie, yeah, you're a world-class striker, come winger, and I hopefully don't want you to leave, but you might want to like move and get a different challenge, but hopefully you won't. Yeah, we'll just see how things go for this season. But yeah, Charlie is a regular stalwart in this side now. Fantastic player he is. But yeah, there you are, Charlie. That's what you're looking like at the moment. It's a bit disappointing that all these downward arrows, so that doesn't look particularly good, but there we are. Yeah, you've had a bit of a dip here, like, so hopefully you'll get your form back, but maybe you just like dip in a little bit towards the end of the season there, just a bit of tiredness or whatever. But we'll see how you do when you are at the Euros, because you're obviously in the England setup for the Euros and stuff like that, which is going to be what's going to be coming up, guys. Yes, in the next few days and stuff like that, we have got the Euros, yes, and me as England manager will be seeing whether we can win that competition. We're actually holders of it, so we're actually defending it, so a little bit of pressure on me to, like, you know, to defend that title. But with regards to the Euros and stuff, we've got other players that are there that we've got in the side, you know what I mean, like that are not English, like, you know, that are going to be representing, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Chesterfield lads do at a major international competition. But there we are, guys. That's sort of a rundown of, like, you know, how things sort of panned out with this season and stuff. But again, I think the highlight that's been taken from this is the fact that the two Manchester clubs got relegated. I don't think you could say that anything different to that, really. There's nothing else that can like match that. I think it's the massive shock value of how that season ended. There we are. That's how it's all finished. That's how the 27-28 season finished, guys. Let's see how 28-29 does. It's season 10. Yes, season 10. We are going for the big one. Yeah, Champions League is what we're going for. Tune in if you're not interested in the England stuff, I understand, but there is going to be a few England episodes going up with regards to the Euros and stuff, so bear with me for another Chesterfield video. But the next one that'll be going up will be obviously after pre-season and ready for the start of the new season, and yeah, kicking off things with the Community Shield. But there we are. Take it easy. Dave from Umongo Gaming signing off. Cheers.